into the capital market need a lot of discipline, because you are taking people's money as an investment. So people want to see, where are you investing my money in? Transparency is important, and I think Cambodia still need time to do that. We would need time to get businesses be used to the fact that they need to produce financial statement, which is not the case right now. We need the time for businesses in Cambodia to understand that there needs to be a proper corporate governance in place, and not the father of the family is deciding on everything. And this is, it's not just rule, it's a mentality changes, and it needs times. And I think going forward, I would say the stock market is a good start, and I think it gives some idea what are the expectations. But from here, I would say, and this is again my personal opinions, I would see it, I think, not as soon as 5 years from now to really get ready for business.
One last thing, because we're coming to the end of the show. The central bank has developed over the year their financial blueprint. What stage are you now? What phase are we in?
Oh, there's a lot of things that we have to implement. We have reviewed our strategies 3 times already. The latest was launched in April, and it goes from 2011 to 2020.
So it's still a 10-year time frame each time.
What phase are we? There's a lot of things in that blueprint that we need to implement. The financial infrastructure. So we have put in place national payment system. We have put in place the credit bureau. Going forward, we need to strengthen our supervisions, crisis management framework, and so on. So 10 years from now to achieve, and especially when the ASEAN integration is coming in.
I was about to ask that question. Where are we now in ASEAN, preparation, from the banking sector side?
The ASEAN banking integration framework, they call it ABIF. They aim to be ready by 2015. There is an initiative called the Qualified ASEAN Bank, where banks who are qualified as an ASEAN bank can move around within ASEAN and get the same benefit as the domestic bank. That project, that initiative, we aim to have it ready in a couple of years from now. So every country is working very hard to get their banks ready.
Interesting.
So Cambodia will not be there yet. I think in terms of banking sector, we have nothing really to compete with our Singaporean or our Malaysian counterpart. But I think in the microfinance industries, we are way ahead, and this is something that we can really export to the other countries in ASEAN.
Well, Serey, we're coming to the end, but I definitely want to take this opportunity for you to, as a young, civil servant, to say something, a sort of message to the other side of the fence, which is the young entrepreneur. Their role is important. You are a regulator, you do your job, but it's important that the other side also see their role. And how can you, with your experience, with your exposure, what sort of message you want the Cambodian entrepreneur looking down the road, to be a good corporate citizen, and how they can benefit from a thriving banking sector? What's your message?
Well, that's very hard. Get yourself ready, be transparent. I think this is very important to get access to the banking sector. Whenever you want to grow your business, you need financing, you need money. And you won't get that money. I mean, it's easy to get it from your parents. You don't have to prove yourself. But when you want to get it from banks, this is a different story. You really have to prove yourself. You have to show that it makes sense to do this kind of business. And I think take advantage of the sector now that it is booming, and take advantage of Cambodia's economies that is growing, the middle class is growing, so be ready.
All right, all right. Well, I think that's a good closing remark. Serey, thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that regularly you can come and update us on the banking sector, particularly from the regulator perspective. You
would love to.
We learn a lot from that. So on behalf of the audience, let me just say thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Well, I think for these 30 minutes, I find a lot of new information that I thought I knew, but I did not. But the good thing is that, the banking sector is on the right track. I think we're growing. I like Serey's metaphor that, let the market settle. At one point, competition is good. It brings down interest rate for the consumer. But here is the thing that I really want to highlight is the role of transparency, in a country banking system where it's a tool, it enables banks to take the right decision based on the accurate or up-to-date information. So we should be happy and proud that we have now a credit bureau at the service of the country. But the other thing that I find quite interesting for our thriving economy, where we're moving gradually toward a middle income status, is the need to finance industry. You still have to finance the consumer transaction, but the country will be needing more and more financing for the industry, for the young entrepreneur moving from entrepreneurship into a corporate level, and ultimately, from that corporate, they move to the stock market where the larger access to capital is available. But all in all, I would say we're on the right track. The path is set. The trick is how do we sustain that? And glad to hear that the central bank is currently implementing its financial blueprint, which is a 10-year blueprint rolling. And things are on track. ASEAN, it looks like we are also on track, and we have also some good experience in micro enterprise to share also to other ASEAN countries. So on that note, I cannot be more happy than that. And so I hope you learned something also. And good night, and I'll see you next week.